Okay, good afternoon. So this afternoon, I just today is my free day. Like I told you, I was expecting food, but there's no food. There's no salad food yet until tomorrow. So I'm kind of jobless, nothing to do. So because I gave my trainees holiday, we have holiday today, thinking we'll go and be eating rice. So now that there's no rice, I choose to just do lecture, do class, do whatever. So here I am this afternoon. Good afternoon, ma. Longest time, ma. Longest time, ma. Ah. So this afternoon, like I said, I was waiting for rice. I didn't see the rice, so they said they postponed the rice eating till tomorrow because I thought today is when okay, ma. Because I thought today is when we are going to be eating the rice. But now that there's no rice, let's discuss about shea butter. Okay, please ask me any question you want on shea butter. Whatever question, and I will attend to it. I know this is a topic most females will enjoy because everybody wants to know about shea butter. Just ask me anything. I will be discussing it, but please ask me anything. You can write it out. I'll stop to answer that so that the class can be, I know. So just write Benima, rice till tomorrow. And I gave everybody holiday today, thinking I'm coming to eat rice. Now no rice for me. So but tomorrow I'll wait for my rice. Okay, so shea butter. Let's talk about shea butter. Ask any question you want, anything on shea butter. As I'm discussing, I'll be explaining. So how do they produce shea butter? See, I like discussing, I like teaching, I like explaining than writing. People have asked me to write book, to write this, but honestly, I prefer just explaining rather than writing and writing. But so for shea butter is produced from shea nuts. What stand? Okay, the question. I keep wondering what stand your ori out from the one sold in the market. Great, let me explain more. The shea butter that is produced in my community here, it is original, not diluted. We have the trees here, the shea nut tree. And so when we harvest from the shea nut tree, when we pick it from the, when we pick it from the shea nut tree, the woman here is a long process, a very long process. When we process the shea butter, we'll find out that in other places, people add things to their shea butter. But in my community here, they would rather add price rather than reduce it. So the shea butter is original. Even right here, I use it for cream too. I use the shea butter for cream. I use it for, if I remember, I put it on my hair. It's good for hair. It's good for the skin. It's good. I always tell people when they ask me, are you shea butter? I say, look, just use it first. If you use it, you will definitely come back. Because one, it's not diluted. It's no mixture. I make sure, in my community, even if you come now, you want shea butter. If I don't have, I'll get from somebody for you. And I can bet it with you, no mixture. But I know a community where they are producing. They had coloring. They had color to make it yellow very well. They had, but like I told them, look, guys, if you really want me to be marketing these things, no mixture, no dilution, no anything. So nobody mix anything with the shea butter from my side there. But, the other day I posted a picture. I was going in Lagos one day. Several times, not just one day. I was passing. I saw the woman displaying shea butter. Do you know, right here on my table, I put shea butter there. If sun comes from outside, just the ray of sun, the shea butter will melt. If you pass there, I know there's one of my customers that I'm still holding shea butter. You know why? We didn't pack it very well, and then the vehicle moved in the afternoon. Because the vehicle moved in the afternoon, the shea butter was melting all the way from here to Lagos. So you see, but I'm surprised when you see people display shea butter or they are hawking it. Okay, somebody said, I'm in need of market. Where can I sell my shea butter to in Nigeria and international? See, when you talk of marketing, you start from your community. One, go to health centers. I don't know if I mentioned the story. Okay, let me answer this first then. I hope I've mentioned the story of my cousin. About 6 or 7 years ago when I got to Agua Amodu, I discovered shea butter. I went to Shaki I bought the shea butter. I bought it, even it was then, they did it in small pack. I bought it 50 naira. And when I bought it 50 naira, I took it to Lagos because I was not yet staying here then. I took it back to Lagos. On getting to Lagos, I bought like 500 naira or 1,000. I can't remember. When I got home, one day I didn't have money. I was broke. Yes, I was at home. So I told my cousin, come, I'm going to sell my shea butter. She started laughing. You say shea butter. What do you want to use it for? You know, it's funny to her that I want to sell shea butter. And what's the shea butter? So as she was saying that, I picked the shea butter and took it to the health center near the house. And I met one woman there. I told the woman I want to sell shea butter for her. The woman said, no. She said, no, she's also selling. I said, okay, I will sell for you. I brought it out. She said, how much? Meanwhile, I bought it in Shaki then. Small pieces, 50 naira. I told her I would sell it for her 150. She said, no, I should let her pay 100 naira. I said, okay. I sold it for her 100 naira. She now begged me that since it's Shaki own, I should please bring more for her. I said, fine. I went to sit down. I did calculation. If I bring 100 of this, even if I'm selling it times 2, I've made money by this, even if I remove my transport money and everything. Eventually, to cut the story short, because I think I have plenty questions here. To cut the story short, my cousin was not working then. So she didn't even have money as of that time. I borrowed her some money. I bought shea butter. I sent it to her in Lagos. She started selling. As I'm speaking with you now, now she combined with somebody to pick a whole vehicle of shea butter to Lagos. Though, unfortunately, she stayed around Agbara area. From here, she buys she and somebody will pay for a full golf vehicle. They will share it, maybe 2 or 3 people. They will share. So they will just produce from here and they will send it to her in Lagos. So that's what she used to take care of her children and her everything. So the person asking me for shea butter, go to all this health center for your market. The exporting, I'm working on it. Some people, even as of today, somebody asked me for the export. I have several demand for export. I need to still get logistic. If we can get logistic, export there are people requesting for it, especially if it is the original one you have. And from my side here, I produce original. We supply original shea butter. Okay, the question. Okay, I hope those additives do not it compromise ma. If people add things to your shea butter, like they had I don't know what you call it. There's something called manshanu. It's gotten from like butter like this. It's gotten from cows. I think some people had it to shea butter, and that's why you see shea butter on display in the market. Once you shea butter display in a tray, whatever, I'm sorry, it is not original. The fact that they can display it, there's a proverb, they say or whatever. Yes, it's just like putting salt inside. You put salt when rain is falling. That's the same thing when you expose shea butter to sun. So forget it. When you see anybody displaying shea butter or whatever, it's a lie. It's not original. They've mixed something with it. So it is that mixture with it that is not allowing you to melt. So please, when you see, I've said this severally, but maybe it's because I'm writing it. It's not the, but shea butter cannot withstand even sun ray. If you put it in your room and sun ray penetrates to that room, the shea butter will melt. Though it will solidify back, but if it keeps melting and solidify, it's losing its potential. It's losing its viability. It won't be as strong as, okay, if you have catarrh, let me give you some, if you have catarrh, as in your nose is blocked, just take a small of original shea butter, put it on your nose, then give me feedback. Just small, put it on your nose, and then get back. You will be amazed at what you have. I'm just telling you, you will know immediately that you use something for original. But for the ones that are not original, you won't feel any effect of it. If you use original, if you use shea butter for your skin, if you are using it just as body cream, you can mix it with your body cream. You can use it alone. If you are using it, the original, I keep saying it, you have access to the original. Use it as body cream. Just don't add anything, or use it alone, or mix it with any. Most times, I prefer you use it alone. You might not use it much because maybe it might look somehow sticky. Just put small in your hand, rub it very well. Use it alone, and then use it consistently for like a month or 2 months. Then notice the changes before you start mixing it with cream. Because I notice a lot of people will start mixing it with cream immediately, and immediately you start mixing it with cream, you're already reducing. I don't know how to say. You're already reducing. So Like on my table everywhere, I have shea butter all around. Even to be candid, most of you will be surprised, shea butter is edible. We use it here. We use it to do ofinro egusi. They use ofinro efo. They use it to make vegetable soup. They use it to fry yam. We use it to do. People always ask me, yes, shea butter is edible, very edible. Then if you have sore throats, that's what I use for sore throats. If you have sore throats, as in your chest, there's something, I don't know if people feel it like me. If I want to get sick, I'll stop. My throat will look as if it's want to be blocking, I see something is cracking me. You know what? I'll just take spoon and be eating shea butter. As in, the taste is not something you would like to eat, but I forced myself. You know, it's because it's tasteless. It doesn't have any taste and anything. But you see, if you can, or you rub it on your chest and everything, just give it a few days, you'll see the difference. You know, it's surprising people don't know the value or and you know, we don't really value it much around there. But it's very good for so many things. We use it as vegetable oil here. Like in my community here, we will tell you, no, I don't want shea butter, I don't want shea butter. But once vegetable oil is expensive, everybody go back to eating shea butter. As in using it to cook anything, to prepare. Even some of them told me here that their mother will use it to prepare jollof rice and whatever. Yes, shea butter. The same shea butter. So please, okay, love to buy from your community, ma. No problem, we have shea butter. My skin, yes, somebody said my skin is glowing. Let me tell you a story. I used to have plenty spots. You know what? I've written something about it. I said, people, oh, Auntie Nike, I used to have spots on my skin. I wrote something about it. There's some of us that are mosquito friendly. You know what I mean by mosquito friendly? Mosquito can, you see, just see the patch on our skin like this. You see, if mosquito bites me, and mosquito bites you, when yours will leave in the next 2 days, mine will form a spot. It will leave a black spot that may not go in the next 1 year. It's not, I think it's in the blood. It has been like that. My mom has it, yes. I'm just being sincere with you. But now her skin is smooth because she used shea butter. I normally send that shea butter from this place. But you see the spots. So my own skin, eventually when I was googling it, I found out that some of us are mosquito attracted, especially if you are blood O positive. If you are O positive, you attract mosquito. I think I don't know. You can read about it online somehow. So now that I use shea butter, and then if I have any scratch on my body from the farm, it will not go for a very long time. It will not go. So, but shea butter has really helped me to do that. So most time, like I said, I don't even remember to use it, but whenever I try to consistently, my skins are always very smooth. I don't use any cream. I don't even buy cream. I don't buy cream. Not at all. I don't. Auntie Nike, longest time. Sorry. I've used it before and we use it again. My kids use that as their normal body cream. Of course, I will use it. Thank you. Yes, so, I'm just explaining. I'm aware some people eat shea butter. Very, very okay. If it is no mixture, please, not every shea, like the ones I told you they are mixing things with, please, they are not edible. Make sure you get your shea butter from good source. If it's from good source, it's edible. Very, very edible. I just told you now, whenever I'm feeling cough, it's used for cough too, catarrh cough, blocked throats. Eat it directly. Most times I'll force myself. The taste is tasteless. As in, I don't even know. It doesn't have any taste like that. Because I eat it a lot because I normally have this sore throat and everything. So I will just take spoon. I'm force myself because I don't like it. I'm just being sincere. But because of what I want to use it for, I'm forced to eat it. Yes, shea butter is very edible if you get from a good source. Yes, yes, exactly, ma. A lump on the throat. When you have a lump on the throat or anything, shea butter works for it. Now, things you use shea butter for, if you have a small baby, a very small, if you have baby, all these small kids, you can use shea butter for their skin. It's very, very good for their skin. As in, it protects them against rashes. From nappy rashes. It protects the skin from it. So you use it for babies. No mixture. Please don't mix anything for babies. Don't mix any cream. Don't mix anything. Just use it naturally. And that's why I emphasize on getting the original one. As in make sure you know the source of your shea butter. If you know the source of your shea butter and don't make sure, you can heat it, you can use it for your cream, you can use it for anything. Like I told you, here, there's hardly any house you get to here. If you are preparing vegetable, as in making this vegetable, they believe it's this shea butter they used to cook. It is shea butter. Sometimes I'll just tell them, please let me fry it. Use it to fry things. And like I said, whenever whenever vegetable oil is expensive, everybody in my community run back to shea butter. So shea butter is highly, even if you read, it is highly, very, very edible. Now let me add another point to it so that I won't use my village. Most of the shea butter that are exported abroad, let me explain something. In the USA and some other countries, they don't have shea tree, but they use shea butter. Shea butter is used in the cocoa industry to replace, it's used in the chocolate production industry to replace cocoa butter. It means, cocoa butter is an oil too. They use cocoa butter to produce chocolate, but because cocoa butter most times used to be very scarce or is not available, so they use shea butter to substitute it, to replace it. You can Google, you find all those information there. That's one of the reasons they use shea butter outside the country. So now you know shea butter is edible, not just from the confirmation from my village here, from my rural side there. So they mix it with, they use shea butter. So if you are using chocolate or anything, but you'll be eating our shea butter, unknowingly, you'll be eating our shea butter. Also, shea butter, pick any of your hair cream, any of your body cream, look at the back of the ingredients used. You will see shea butter. Pick your hair cream, your body cream, everything. Check the back. You will see shea butter. So shea butter is good for skin. Extremely good for skin. Shea butter is extremely good. And but like I said, source for the original one. To know how shea butter is produced, I will tell you so that you understand it better. Shea butter is got storage of shea butter. Yes, you see, when you are to store shea butter, if you have shea butter, to store it, keep it in a dark room. That's all. I mean, in a dark room, as in, look for a corner in a room or a store where sun will not get to it. If you keep a shea butter can stay for 2 years. Even more than 2 years, but at least 2 years without changing taste or color or anything. But you have a challenge. Rats eat shea butter. Rats, yes, they eat shea butter. They love eating it. Like, I have it scattered all in my house, and you just find out you see empty containers. Rat has finished it. So I don't know how you are going to, wherever you are keeping it, make sure you keep away rats. Rat loves eating shea butter. I won't lie to you. I don't know. They will even hit the container if they can't open the, So because I always have it carelessly all around. You just come back, you see the containers is empty. What can be added to shea butter to enhance the taste without compromising its innate quality? Honestly, I don't know. Even if I know what can be, I will add it. I don't know. It's kind of tasteless. I've been eating it several. It doesn't have any. It's like it doesn't have a taste. So I don't know. And it's like you are eating. How do I say? I'm trying to see what I can use to qualify it. It's tasteless. We have the same type of skin. When I was younger, the dermatologist told me the black spot is permanent. But since I started using the shea butter, wow, the shea butter I bought from you, I can see the difference. Remember? Oh my God. Remember I just requested for more last week. I'll pick it up next week after the holiday. Wow. Thank you, ma, for this. Thank you. Wow. Ma, in fact, that's my skin too. I've had my spots to the extent. I remember I took a picture, 2018, I went somewhere. Somebody was asking me that, so you did tattoo. The person said, so you did tattoo? I said, no, it's mosquito tattoo. You imagine your spot. I don't wear skirts because of spots. But now, because I just look at it, I can't expose my leg, I can't expose my body because I have spots right from childhood. But now I discover shea butter works for me. And funny enough, the people in my community here, they don't use shea butter. They don't use it for cream. They don't use it for anything. They felt, okay, they said when they were growing up, they were using it. Then when they start going to the town or wherever, people will say, especially they eat it very well, but people will now say they are eating what they are using for cream, you know, kind of abuse. So they stop using it. So they are surprised when they see me rubbing shea butter. They will like, you come from the city and now you are rubbing shea butter. I say, you guys don't understand. So please, spots, shea butter removes spots. Also, I know it removes birthmark for pregnant women. When you are pregnant, you know, those, when you give birth, those birthmark, those stretch mark, shea butter, if you start using shea butter, if you are using shea butter continuously, it removes it. It removed those spots. Ma, thank you for the testimony. Thank you so much. Then like some other spots, like, okay, on the farm, I even said I will teach people this. There's something people can use again, especially some of us that have those spots. There's something called cactus. I don't know the Yoruba name, and I may not be correct with my pronunciation, but it's called CAC. It's spelled CACTUS. If you have, it's a plant, yes. I just planted it on my farm because, you know, the advantage of living in the village is that people just give you things. You know, I expose my hands now. So when they see it, when elderly people or people see it, they will just say, they will recommend this for me. That's how I become Babalawo with all those things. They will just say, look, go and use this, go and mix it. So the cactus, with cactus, you mix you blend the cactus, you had the sulfur. No, many people don't know. Sulfur is imi ojo. Some people call it imi ojo. Some people call it imi orun. Don't mind my Yoruba and some other things. So sulfur, yes, it's yellow in color and every other thing. I can get it for, I think we have it in my community here. It's yellow, solid like this. So you blend sulfur, you mix it with, you blend this one. Okay, let me do this separate so that I won't mix it. We are talking about shea butter. Yes, cactus has a large water content, but it is scratchy. Yes, ma. Now that one, now I've jumped to another thing. When you want to use cactus, you can use it to make soap. That cactus plus imiojo is sulfur, plus imiojo plus what else again? There are three things. So sulfur plus imiojo plus cactus blended together and used to bath, remove spots, dark spots, give you smooth skin. You can Google cactus for the skin, you know, but you know the way they prescribe it for me, those men, the way they ask me to mix it, you know, is all these people, they know a lot of leaf, a lot of plants in the village here, and because the way I relate, I won't even ask. Like the cactus, somebody just brought it to me and said, one of I just, how is this your body like this? You know, that kind of thing. Then they will just bring it for me, and they will tell you how to mix it up. They'll just tell me, mix this, mix this, mix this. That's how I become all this expert in all those mixtures and everything. So even if you, I remember the other time I read something, and one of my big daddy said, why bleaching? It's not bleaching, actually. It's supposed to be how to remove spots. I think I'm trying to change it. They teach me, you know, how to remove, to make your, just that I don't have the time to sit down and be doing all those, but believe me, there are things you can, natural things. The black soap plus imiojo plus cactus plus sulfur, it gives you just mix them together in small quantity like that, and then blend them together. Believe me, your skin will change, as in just use it to bath. Why shea butter is used for cream. So we have natural things, and that's why I said let me just come up with shea butter this afternoon. So that's the shea butter. Make sure you get from original source. Make sure you get from a good place, because see, most people always ask, I won't see, until I got to this village, I didn't know there's original shea butter and there's the one that is not original. I just know there's shea butter. I don't even use it. I didn't even bother. I don't know anything about it. It was when I got here, I got the information that it removes spots, it removes this. I started using it, and then I introduced it to some other people too. You know, and I discovered, when people ask me, I said, just use it first, then let me know whatever happened. And most times, people have always come back. Imiojo in English is, imiojo sulfur. Imiojo in English is sulfur. There's another third thing you can ask. It's called erun alamo, or negro pepper. Okay, let me put it in English name. Negro pepper. Negro pepper is called uda in Hebrew. Uda. Yeah, I may not pronounce it well. Please pardon me. So negro pepper is uda. In Yoruba, it's called erun alomo, whatever. I don't know. Then sulfur is imiojo or imiorun or whatever. Then what is it? Those are the things I mentioned. Imiojo, erun alomo, sulfur. And then those are the things you use for soap. So you know, once you have those things, they help you to remove spots on your skins and everything. So just have to get, but make sure you get like ocean camwood too is very good to add. Okay, what other people also do is that African black soap, the black soap, you add it with honey, original honey. You add black soap with original honey, and you mix the imiojo and all these things together with them. You are good to go. You don't need any imported soap or any other thing again. Your skin will be good. You are good to go. So those are little things that are around us. Okay, the cactus. See, somebody said you will have to send the cactus also. No, okay, I'll help you source for cactus, ma. I just planted on my farm. It's not yet mature, but I will source for you nearby. And also is camwood, yes. Also it's red or pink in color. They are also very good. But like shea butter, you don't need to mix anything with shea butter. If you are using shea butter for cream, forget it. You don't need to mix anything. Don't add anything. But you know, people always say maybe smell. I don't know. People have been saying smell, but the shea butter from here, I don't think it has any smell. I don't know. It's maybe a meat. The smell might look as if when you've kept something at home for a long time, but it's not something really disturbing or whatever. The shea butter we have around there is not really disturbing. No. And like I said, how do we produce the shea butter? It grows. It's a tree. The shea butter is a tree. It is called shea nut. It's a tree. Okay, ma. Negro pepper, honey, cactus, sulfur. Yes, those are the things you need to make for your soap. Those are the things you need. Then for shea butter is for cream and hair. Thank you, ma. Your own does not smell. Exactly. So I'm always surprised when people say shea butter is smelling. Honestly, the one we produce there, no. Okay, this is what happened. Is the one we have here doesn't smell. I have never, because the process, let me explain the process to you so that you understand better. It's a nut, and it's a tree that produces the nut. When the tree produces the nut, it produces once in a year. The tree produces nuts. Wow, thank you. The tree produces nuts once in a year, and that is between May, June, July. By now, we should be in the shea nut tree. I'm hoping if I have time, maybe if I go to farm next tomorrow, and I have to go very early if I want to pick the video so that you see where they are picking the nut, where you see the nut. Now, the nut, you can't pluck it. It has to fall down by itself. So where the something is that women wake up as early as 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock to go and pick shea nuts. And you know, it's in the white, it's in the bush, so they go very fast. So they wake up very early. By 7, when I'm just going to farm, they are coming back with bowls of shea nuts on their head. You know, they will have gone several distance. They can't pick everything at one tree. They go from trees to trees and searching for shea nut. If the shea nut is on your farm, like if the shea tree is on my farm, it means it belongs to me, kind of, or to the person that give me the land. If it's not, so women are not supposed to pick those ones. They're supposed to pick the ones that are interior in the bush. But unfortunately, most time, almost everywhere has turned to farm. So why they go early in the morning is to go and pick anywhere they see before the owner come back. I'm being sincere with you. So why all of us like this are just going to farm 7 o'clock? Those ones that went to pick shea butter, they are already coming. They are already coming back. They are coming with their nuts. So when they get back with the nuts, they are not going to, when they get out with the nuts, you have to parboil the nuts. At least within the first 5 days, they keep gathering. They'll be going every day because the period will soon go. I told you the nut only fruit once in a year. As in, the nut only produce shea nut once in a year. After this season like this, till next year again. That's why when people ask me, why is it expensive? I will say, we are not in the season. We are not in the season. So this year is only once in a year that you have shea nuts. So when the woman got home, they parboil the shea nuts. No, they won't parboil it the same day. They keep it like for 5 days. You must parboil it within the next 7 days. So they parboil the shea nuts, as in they boil it, re-cooking from morning till night on a big pot, those iron pots. So, wow. I've bought shea butter from somewhere before and it smells like palm oil. Wow. Possibly they mix something with it. I'm thinking possibly. Because I'm surprised. Most people always ask me, hope it will not smell. I say no, it doesn't have any smell, and it's never. So when they now parboil that the shea nuts, they will now spread it outside. That's just one stage out of the processing of shea nut. They spread it outside. They keep collecting again. After like a week, they parboil again. So now, after they finish picking, I told you it's just within 1 month or 2 month fruiting. After that, it's gone until next year again. So after they finish picking, after they finish picking, they will now take a stone. Each nut, they will be breaking it up one. You know, the nuts are very tiny. They will be breaking it up one. And they remove, there's a shell there they will remove. It's after, some might use mortar, and be careful so that the nut inside will not break. It is when they finish breaking this thing one by one, then they will now, after breaking it, they can now store the nuts. That stage, you can store it for like almost 6 months, 3 months. Now, it is in the storage that the color changes. When people say there's white one or the color looks somehow. When they are storing, some people are they don't take care of it. Some might just pour it anywhere. Rain will beat it, sun will beat it. Those ones, by the time they produce the nut will still be original, but the color will be different. You know, the color will change at production. So most people can be very careless with it. But most of them, at that point where the nut is, that's when they start selling it off. After they've broken the shell, they start selling it. Now, it is at that point, those people that want to process, there's this different group that process nuts. Those group that process will now buy from the people that went to pick from the farm. So when they buy from the people that went to pick from the farm, they are the one that will now take it to grinding, where they are grinding it. Now, there are two systems to grind the shea nuts. They will first take it to the grinder. They will break it. You know, it's nuts. They just break it into 3, 4. They will not grind it, blend it like that. After breaking, the women will now put this thing down. Another pot, frying pan, big frying, something like that. We now put it there, just like the way you roast, granuts. They will now start roasting it. Now, if you don't roast it, the oil will not come out very well. As in, if you don't do that roasting stage where you roast it to the extent that the nut will look as if there's oil that in the body. After roasting, they will now return it back to the grinding, to the engine, and that's when they will now use water to grind the shea nuts. Now, when they get the shea nuts back home, the shea nuts are, maybe because of, I don't know who discovered that system, but that's what they've been using here. They said they want to, in Yoruba, they will say, wọ́n fẹ́ po ori. You know, shea butter is called ori. So, when they said they want to po ori, they want to mix it. Literally, they said they want to mix it. Now, that mixing must be done in the morning. Early in the morning, around 5 o'clock, when the sun is not out. So, what they will do is, because if it's plenty, or they will go and call all other neighbors. Oh yeah, mama this, mama that, you join me tomorrow. They will call everybody, almost all the community, half of your compound, your neighbors, to come and, because the sun must not be set before you know what I mean. So early in the morning, because I remember when I was learning it, the first day, mama told me to come early in the morning. I got there around 7, they finished mixing. So I have to go back another, so you go there as early as 5 o'clock. You see those women where they will be mixing. Then it's used plenty water. In that mixing period, they will be separating the shaft from one other thing. Now, that thing they are separating, I learned the water they are separating. I'm still experimenting with that one. I learned it's manure for crops. I've not really finished my experiments there. So they'll be separating, they are washing it off and removing what they want to use there. So it is in that process. Maybe one day I'll take time to pick the videos different, but it takes like 4 or 5 days to process shea butter. 4 5 days. So they'll separate in that morning. After separating, they will now keep it. After separating, they will now put it on fire again and cook from morning till the next day. As in, this pot, that pot they produce in Shaki, those are our iron pots, size 40. It's Shaki that is the home of iron pots. So they will now prepare, they will now put firewood and everything and be cooking. So by the next morning, again, early in the morning, as usual, you now go there. You see the black one that is not, will have settled down. Why the oil? No, shea butter is oil. It comes out as oil. Ororo, it comes out as liquid. Shea butter is liquid when it comes out. So the white one on the top is the liquid that will come out. The liquid will now take a bowl and be removing it, putting it in a bowl, in another bowl. It's like it's liquid, so you be bringing the liquid out, and you be careful not to pick any black one. That's why sometimes if you buy shea butter, if it's and you see some black spots, it's not bad. It's those one that escape from the, the black one is supposed to go down the pot, while they now move the oily one, the white one on top. But in the process of scooping it, they might mistakenly move the black one, so they will now scoop it into a bowl. They move it out from, because if they don't quickly scoop it early in the morning, that way the shea butter will sleep. One soon it sleep, the shea butter will slip back. So that liquid, they now move it. Once they move the liquid, they will now sit down with it and be stirring it. It's even good, right? They'll be stirring it. Now, if you are stirring shea butter, if you are going one direction, you cannot change to another direction. It's like then I remember when we make cake, when my mom is making cake, then she will say you must not change your that time where you must not change your direction. You must go the same